Well, good morning, scrappers, scrapettes, planet lovers, recyclers, the other very cool people who hang out with me on Sunday mornings on TikTok and other times. I do repost these, by the way, guys. I'm pretty good about reposting my lives, and I'm pretty good about putting them up on my YouTube channel as well. If you go over an hour, you can't repost your live on TikTok. I don't have a heck of a lot of new material. Most of it is sitting in the bed of my pickup truck right now. I've got, I don't know how many battery backups sitting out there. So when I left you last night, I thought I would maybe work on these a little bit to see if we can get one apart together on our live. There's a lot of gold here, but there's also a lot of metal and a lot of plastic and kind of a lot of rubbish in them. But hi Angel, good morning to you. Been a while, huh guys? The house is under construction, as most of you know. They had a horrific flood Mother's Day weekend involving the water company raising the water pressure and the old plumbing in my house not being able to cope with it. So I had a flood in the kitchen, the sink overflowed, it drained down into the bathroom and into the basement and into the finished laundry room, and finally they're at least got the bathroom pulled apart, and they're treating extensive mold in the house, which is not a good thing. Captain hates crime. I hate crime too. That's a cool handle. Alright, so anyway, that's why you haven't seen as much of me as usual. Plus, of course, the band instrument rental business that I own. This is our busy season. The kids have just gone back to school and getting fitted for their instruments and this, that, and the other. I was supposed to retire this year, but I didn't. Alright, so I did say I would see if I could get one of these apart for you guys this morning, and I did. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. It really does help the channel. And if you like computer recycling and computer scrapping and things like that, I do invite you to join us. And good morning to everybody who's joining in. It goes by faster than I can read them. So I have a communications company that calls me on a regular basis to really pick up their scrap. By the time they're done with it, there's not a lot left. I've got about 500 hard drives. Problem is they punched a lot of these, and if I take it apart, any BGA chips underneath are going to fall off. Board Sort will buy punched and damaged hard drives, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. The ones that are good or not damaged badly, I can probably resell. I won't know till I get them apart, but I have literally hundreds of them to go through. Any that are good, I will put into the next gold box. We did sell yesterday's What's in the Box. Let's see. I may as well show you what's in the box right now, huh? Hi, Eric. Good morning to you. What do you do with the hard drive disk inside? I sell them as hard drives with no boards. I have a yard that pays a fairly decent price. The problem with them is shipping. So I do sell those. So I did get one of those telephone boards apart. This is what I got. This is plastic. There won't be much gold here, but there are good gold pins. That is pretty standard for telephone jacks to have decent gold pins. I don't know how far the gold goes down, and I don't know the age of these, but these appear to be very good quality gold pins. So I will take the plasticky stuff off that I can get off, and that will be in today's gold box. So they came apart without too much trouble. These are the phone jacks. Phone jacks are great for gold recovery. Don't discount the connector ends on the end of phone wire. But this particular company deals very specifically with telecom equipment. So when I go to pick up from them, you know, that's what I'm going to expect. So far in the next box, I've got some Goldfinger cards. Again, the boxes I put together for you guys, I make sure there's good quality materials on there. I pulled a couple of hard drive boards that aren't damaged too badly. That one's damaged, I don't want to. And they have a category for punched and damaged hard drive boards. I'll have some PCI riser cards / backplane boards. These are nice, good gold on these. And again, I've only just started this box. This has got a long way to go before it's saleable. We've got some hard drive boards that were not damaged, so these are in the box. Hard drive boards are great for gold recovery. Oops, that's got to go in the punched and damaged. It fell into the wrong box. But see what happens when they punched it? They broke the chip. That has to go over there. These, I think I'm going to throw in a box with low-grade telecom. They're okay. There's some gold recovery. There's some gold flashing. These came out of Office phones, but they were newer Office phones. I'm going to throw that in with low-grade telecom. That's going to be a box to go to board sort. I'll have these in there, and I'll have these. So this is going to board sort as a low-grade telecom board. So we'll put a couple of these with the gold pins in there. PCI card. This came out of a floppy disk drive. That's what you get if you take a 3.5 floppy apart. Nice, good gold pins. I put a couple of miscellaneous RAM sticks in there. They didn't have very many. And again, this board, even though it got punched, it didn't hit any of the gold bearing components. Oh, actually, I take it back. Yes, it did. That goes over there. That can't go. That came out of a hard drive. And, see, I've got to put this over with the punched and damaged. So if I can find any hard drive boards that are not damaged, I'll include those. It's just a Goldfinger card of some type. So this box is nowhere near ready to go. And, but that's just, you know, as I said, that's what I started with these. Hi, Moira. Good morning to you. Ah, you were happy with those, Nita. Very good. Nita purchased the two big gold boxes we sold last week. The one with the vintage boards, and then the other one with the server boards. That's actually what I'm in search of right now, are smaller switches and smaller telecom boards that I could fit into a box like this. What I do is I take a large priority rate box and I stock it full of gold bearing materials, and then I resell it. E-scrap's getting really hard to get. Hang on one second, guys. I just wanted to the box we did last night is has quite a good bit of high-grade telecom in it. Well, you know what? Let's dig into the pile and let's find some high-grade telecom boards together, huh? Eric, good morning. Trash Panda, good morning. Okay, so these were very easy to get apart in spite of my concern. They just unscrewed, and I was able to just pull the modules out of them. They were very easy to scrap, and each module, and it looks something like this. This is a rubbishy plastic board here. I don't know if they're brass or aluminum, to tell you the truth, guys. I can't really tell. We'll get the plastic garbage off there. And then we got really nice gold pins. So these are good for your gold pin recovery. And we'll put some of those in the box for the next shipment. So what I have this morning are these Cisco's. Ear Lap 11 42NAK49 Cisco Ethernet console. This one's got a security screw crap. I did get these for free, which was nice. These make for a really good scrap. You guys have seen me scrap these before. There's something I enjoy scrapping. You get a pretty good return off of these. Sometimes they are a pain in the keister to get apart. And this one actually has a security bit screw on it. Don't know if I can get it apart. We're gonna try, huh? How about them apples, huh? Or how about those Cisco's? These are nice because you'll usually get a high-grade telecom out of these, as well as some really nice cast aluminum. Hi, Scrap Happy Pappy. Good morning to you. I'm going to just click the air conditioner down a little bit. It's quite humid in the house. Yeah, it's gonna be a hot one here today, I can tell you. Tell you. So, update on the house. The bathroom has been gutted. The new tub is in. They've removed all the moldy ceiling, floor, and tile from the bathroom and basement. And the contractor went to bat for me with the insurance company. And hi, Joshua. And they went to bat for me, and we'll see. I'll believe it when I get the check in my hand. But the insurance company point of view was, oh, well, your house is 75 years old. Things break. I'm like, it didn't break. I had a freaking flood. It's not like this has been cumulative. It isn't. I've lived here most of my life. I know what kind of shape the house was in. And back and forth, and back and forth. But we did find some other damage last week, and it really clearly proved that all the damage I was claiming was from a singular event and not over time. And fortunately, I'm a bit on the tenacious side, and I hadn't really let off of them. And justified. So we're looking a little better on that front. So you get a nice piece of cast out of that. That's clean. Do separate your clean cast. It goes for, I don't know, more per pound. I don't really know the pricing off the top of my head. Thomas, good morning. Unknown, good morning. Wow. You guys waiting for me this morning? I overslept. Oh my God. I can't beat myself up too much about it, though. I've been working hard. We all do. But really working hard. Geo, hello. That's aluminum. So these are high-grade telecom boards. And that's why I really like scrapping these particular Cisco's. So these will go into the gold box, of course. If I were selling them to board sorter, to a board buyer, this would grade as a high-grade telecom. It's coming out of telecom equipment, clearly. And it's very well populated, very good gold. You got a BGA chip. So these are high grade telecom, and these are something I do put in the gold boxes because they rate. I know under here there's really not anything of any great value because they're taking quite a few apart. This I'm going to put probably low grade telecom, possibly even low grade peripheral. It's not populated really well with chips. There's nothing under here. But I do have a little bit of visible gold. Even though it came out of telecom, there's not a lot there for the buyer. So for me, this is going to go as a low grade peripheral board. Peripheral board should have some kind of visible gold. And please don't try and put that in with gold fingers. Your buyer will get very distressed with you. These are nice gold ends. I'll cut those off. And these I can just pry off and I'll make a nice clean piece of cast out of that as well. So yeah, these are a great scrap. And I see them when I get them. I get them by the box loads. I've seen them in lecture halls and such. They're at everybody's station. And it's almost like they all interface with some mainframe computer. And that's where I've seen them, and that's where I've recovered them from. Again, it's something Ethernet, and I'm not a technology person. This, I don't know if you can see it, but these connector ends are these are full of gold pins. Old grade telecom wire. Yeah, don't you want to make sure you snip those. Boardsort will buy those as gold connector pins. And for those of you who do gold recovery, those are a great place to recover them. All right, so I'm going to do a couple of these. Just don't have a lot of new stuff today. I have my entire small side yard is full of computers and full of servers. I did find a couple of smaller servers, and the boards will fit into this box over here. Those will be the next thing I go after. Things that'll fit, things that we can sell and put into the box. These came out of Executone phones, just to show them to you. You've seen these before. I'm not gonna. Well, maybe I'll scrap one for you just to show you. But this, matter of fact, I have an order for 8 pounds of these, which is about what fits into a large grade telecom box. These sell pretty well. You get nice gold here. You get gold here. And there's gold underneath the screen. So I stuff the box full and I sell it like that. The newer office phones, yeah. I got a bunch of these the other day. AVAYA. I would go a low grade telecom on this. There is gold flashing, but certainly not as much as there is on the older Executone phones. You can see the difference. They're okay. They've got gold recovery. You've got some chips. I just for me, these are not good enough for the gold boxes that I've been selling you guys. I'll put these in with the low-grade telecom boards. So that will go in. I think I could but I think I could safely put these all as telecom low-grade boards. And we'll get a box of those ready for board sort. Let me, yeah, so the Executone phones are good. These Avias are okay if you want to take the time to go after them for the lower grade telecom. Low grade telecom is paying $5.35 a pound right now at BoardSort, so I think if you have the time, they're worth it. Phones are super easy to scrap, guys. Like I said, just right now, I've got to go after the stuff that's easy. I've got a car full of battery backups that I've got to go and empty. I was going to take them to the yard tomorrow and just dump them. and I still might, but I know there's big copper transformers in them, and Moyer says probably silver under the graphite coating on the Avia boards. Do you mean here? You mean this? Moyer says there may be some silver in these. You know what, Moyer? Next time you order from me, I'll stick a couple in there for you. You can let me know. So there may be some silver under here. He says these are graphite, and there may be silver contacts under here. The board looks like it would be gold bearing. These are back to the Avia phones. Again, for me, for the Goldie boxes, those just don't rate. Most of what I put in the gold boxes that I sell you guys rates high grade telecom and above. Thank you, Moyer, for the input on that. I learned a lot from you guys. I've learned an awful lot from you guys. Now these older ones, this plastic is extremely brittle. It's going to just break right off. Usually, what I do with the boards, I resell them. I have a business well, not a business, but I have a hobby of reselling e-scrap boxes of e-scrap to my subscribers. If I have anything, right now it's been going into my eBay store, just because I'm a little pressed for time this time of year. I own the website thecomputerscrapper.com, and and eventually I'll get stocked up again, and I'll have e-scrap available. But I buy and sell boards. I scrap computer equipment. A lot of stuff I send to boardsort.com. But the really good stuff, I try to put orders together for my friends here on TikTok. And that's been going really well. E-scrap's getting awful hard to get. So, nice clean piece of cast here. Again, got a really nice... Again, for me, this is going to go as a low-grade telecom board. I'm going to put a box of those together. It came out of telecom equipment, so I guess you could go low-grade telecom or low-grade peripheral on this. I'm going to put it in with a phone board, so that's going to go telecom for me. And this one is going to be the high-grade telecom. And again, this is going to go into the gold-bearing box that I'll put up for sale when I get it filled again. That's a nice board for you guys who do gold recovery. That's just not my bailiwick. I already run 2 businesses. I don't want to take on a third. Oh, no. Well, I do recycle it, feta cheese. I do recycle it, but I recycle it by selling it. I sell a lot of stuff to BoardSort. I've got 2 or 3 local yards who I sell to as well as quite a few of my subscribers here on TikTok. I've got a pretty good market with that. But e-scrap's getting really hard to get, almost impossible. I wouldn't want to depend on this to make my living because it is getting really hard. BoardSort has now moved RAM up to $40 a pound. That's almost 10. I remember it being 32 and change last year. I'm probably not going to bother with this. I'm going to throw it in as dirty because I have too many of them to do and I just don't have the time. But the other piece will go in as clean. So those are those. I've got about 50 of them to do. So that'll be a good box. I'll let you know when it's ready and it's full and it could be shipped. Most of you have seen me scrap these Executone phones. I'm going to scrap this one out real quick. Again, just to show our new subscribers. how easy office phones are to do. And there is good value in the older phones. Those, what were they, ESC, I think they were? Those were unbelievable. We sold
Unknown caller.
every single one of those. We sold every box of it. And my phone is going to start ringing because people can't read the Rebs website that says the store is going to open at 1 o'clock. They're already going to start calling me. This is why I stopped working on Sundays. It is so nice out right now. Ugh. But, you know, it's rental season, and these parents do work, and, you know, I gotta try to help them out if I can. But it's on my website, and it's on my answering machine that I open at 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock on Sunday. I was open all day yesterday, and everything is online. And I'm not going to drive myself crazy over it. Why drive? It's a short walk. Thank you, I'll be here all week. See how easy these office phones are? And right now, yeah, scrapping's fun, isn't it? Hello, Keith Williams. I agree, feta cheese, it's fun. Oh, boy. Excuse me. I prefer to e-scrap outside, but they have construction materials everywhere. I'm surprised I have a seat at my kitchen table this morning. Thank you, Moyer. That was very kind. I get calls here and again to come and, you know, pick up e-scrap from people. I get some calls sometimes from contractors who want me to come over and help them take stuff apart because they can't keep up with it all and they have to recycle it because they hold an R2 recycling permit, which means they have to destroy the stuff. I get a lot of calls from that. That is really, you know, now really for me, this is a hobby. I enjoy it. I enjoy the interaction. I enjoy doing the lives. I love watching lives. And, you know, the social interaction is really a great thing. People can say what they want about TikTok, but if you have a channel and you have a loyal subscriber base, it is a lot of fun. Isn't it, guys? And Mark W., this is all part of your order that I'm putting together. Okay, so that's out of the Executone. That's the main circuit board. I think these are probably Dallas switches, and I think they're probably copper underneath. They don't feel ceramic. They feel plastic. And I don't see a lot of gold here. There's some gold here, though. That's nice. And then, of course, the main board itself has got the gold flashing. Thank you, Moyer. That was a kind thing to say. Yes, sir. At the right place. Absolutely. Collecting junk and scrapping it. Scrapping's actually a lot of fun. I think the biggest thing is you got to be able to keep up with it. And if you don't keep up with your scrapping, you're up to your ASS and e-scrap before you even know it. I'm tending to become more selective what I pick and choose to scrap. I tend to go for smaller stuff, even though my car right now has probably 500 pounds of freaking battery backups in there. I don't know what I'm going to do about them. I'd love to scrap them, but they are really honking heavy. And I may just take them to the yard tomorrow and just sell them. The batteries are already out of them. The guy took the batteries, but he did leave me the copper transformers. I don't know. I don't want to hurt myself. That's the last thing I need to do. So this is the keypad from the Executones. No question that we got good gold there. Okay. Excuse me for just a second, guys. I don't really have much else here this morning. I thought I had a couple of TiVos here. You probably do. They're probably buried under the hard drives. What I'm in search of right now are small, high-grade telecom equipment that I can fit into this priority box. So these are TiVos. I think we scrapped one set of these out once before. I don't remember what kind of board was in there. Dad of two dogs. Hi there, welcome. I don't know, guys. Anybody ever scrapped out a TiVo? They any good? How cute. TiVo Mini. Boy, I bet you these cost a fortune back in the day, huh? Alright, how are we going to get you apart? Obviously, we'd take a hammer and beat the crap out of it, right? There's probably screws under here. Let's see if we can get this apart. If we can, we can. If we can't, we can't. There it goes. Usually under the feet on these telecom things, that's usually where you'll find the screws. I don't remember these being particularly difficult to take apart. I haven't done one in a while though, and I don't remember. I'll have to go back and watch myself, huh? These are great. $8 at Home Depot, and you get like 10 different Torx heads. I really must invest in a low power battery operated screwdriver. I think another week or so of rental season. It usually dies out by the end of September, and then it's just maintenance, which isn't too bad. It's just really, it's like 6 weeks of HE double hockey sticks, you know? Boo hiss. That looks disappointing. These colored motherboards have really come down in price because of the plastic. iCore boards have come way down in price. Asus boards. I don't think there's a heck of a lot here. Boo hiss. Well, let's find out. Before we boo hiss it, let's find out. Nice piece of aluminum, huh? Good morning, Dave. Did that screen fit your cell phone? Dave bought a box of E-scrap for me a couple of weeks ago, and I had some cell phones in there. He was hoping to find one to fit his screen. Master of one, good morning. Look at that. All that for a crappy flip chip. Wow. Well, definitely not a high-grade board. Boo. This I would put in with integrated motherboards. It has, it doesn't have a removable flip chip, removable CPU. So this can go in with either your low-grade telecom, or it could go in with integrated motherboards. It does, I mean, it does have a main chip on it. Ugh. So low grade. Oh yes, nice piece of aluminium. We'll take that all day, every day, eh? All right. What else is in my box of stuff to take apart? Ooh, yes. Yes, please. Now, if I recall correctly, this was like a mini computer, and I think somebody said a lot of times servers will use these. It's a WYSE. I don't really know what that stands for. February 2014. Wow. Oh, okay. Uh, by the way, guys, I do have about a dozen cell phones. They did get wet. They're not going to work, but if they're all old Apples, if anybody's interested in those, shoot me a message. I took one or two apart. Everybody says they're so great for gold recovery. I honestly wasn't really impressed unless I didn't take enough of it apart. You really need tiny, tiny, tiny screwdrivers and a ton of patience to get those iPhones apart. And it's that's the nice thing about doing what I do is I can put things aside that I really don't want to bother with. All right. I see copper in here. I think I have to get these off. There's one. Been a while since I've done one of these too. I remember doing a bunch of these, and I believe they were scrap worthy. Who sent me confetti? Oh, that's so cute. Thank you. I love that. It'll scare the crap out of you if you have the volume set up on the phone. Let's put that off to the side. I don't want to look at any more TiVos. Probably be less when this will be less when I've got to scoot off to church. Yeah, like I said, I should be back posting shortly. It's just I've got to get out from under rental season, get out from under the mess in the house. But we'll get there. Appreciate you guys sticking with me and supporting my Sunday morning live. I appreciate that a bunch. I do see a lot of new names in the chat. That's great. I try to stay away from Sunday afternoon because Shark Scrapper and Scrapping Irish both they do their YouTube lives. Yeah, so this is like a mini computer. You got some RAM. Yeah. Got some copper. This might be a candidate for the bucks. Huh? Got a piece of copper. Oh, nice piece of copper here. Real nice. Yeah, I don't remember what these actually do. Somebody said sometimes they use these to run servers, which would make sense because this particular company does straight out telecom, and they do have like production servers and things like that. Not high graphics, but a lot of audio kind of stuff. Yeah, that's nice. We can clean that up. We'll get nice clean copper out of that. I remember having to soak these in soapy water to get the sticky stuff off. I don't even know what the price of copper is right now. I'll have to check because, of course, having just had all the plumbing done in the house, I've got quite a bit of copper to go off to the yard. Be careful when you cut these spring-loaded things, guys. Point it away from your face because they can really actually, Breakshoe, I have seen OTD on. I don't think he's completely abandoned it. He sure got kicked in the tuchus by the algorithms and things. I don't really know what happened. I hate to see that happen. I see it happen on TikTok, YouTube a lot too. I don't know, it's just something with the algorithms. You're off doing your things and next thing you know, your channel goes to crap and you have no idea what's happened. And I don't really understand it all. Alright. If I get this off, I can get Bear Bright. Otherwise, it's probably going to have to go with number 2. But that's a nice bit of copper. There's some more copper here. Ooh. Almost makes up for that piece of crap TiVo we just did. TiVo is on the don't bother list unless you want the aluminum. I don't even have all my tools up here. half the stuff is down in the basement. I had to lock it all up so the construction guys wouldn't use it. They're pretty good, I'll tell you. You hear horror stories about what people go through with contractors. Boy, oh boy, was I lucky. I've got a good one. I really do. He's just, as a girl, fighting with insurance companies and dealing with all this stuff. I was very lucky to have somebody recommend this gentleman. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. Made it a lot easier. Again, that'll be a nice piece of copper. I gotta get this rubbishy stuff off of it. Goo Gone is really good for using too, but you know, you just put it outside and do it. We'll clean that up. There is a battery here that's gotta go. Again, this would go in with integrated motherboards. It doesn't have a removable CPU, but it certainly does have some goodies on it. I see a nice ceramic chip there. We got some RAM, and we certainly got some nice copper. That was a nice little, scrap. That can go with my shred. That doesn't really look like there's anything gold underneath. There might be gold here. So again, this can just go in with integrated motherboards. These I'll sell over to Board Sort. Make sure you get the battery off. It's illegal to ship. A lot of the batteries have nice gold pins here. Gold bearing material. You want to make sure you go after that. I've got a couple of jugs of gold bearing material. I don't think I'm going to get into doing gold recovery. I was supposed to retire. I was supposed to retire this year, but with $70,000 worth of damage to the house, I wound up working an extra season, which is fine. You know. Yeah, we'll pull that. We'll pull that. We'll put that in with the ceramic chips. And so that's what was in the WYSE Windows Embedded MAC address. I don't really know what this actually is though, but I do know it's some kind of desktop control module for either a server or a small computer. So this again, it's an integrated motherboard. I think there may be $1.79 on Board Sort right now. There is good material on the back of this. If this had something other than a flip chip, I probably would resell it in the gold boxes. But to me, these they're just silicon. They're really not great for gold recovery. But the back is nice, and of course I just took the ceramic off of it. I'm going to go low-grade telecom on this. No, I'm sorry, excuse me, forgive me. I misspoke. This is an integrated motherboard. Okay, so integrated motherboard. Not a lot of scrap value, but there is gold-bearing material here. Just not enough here for me to consider the resale on that. Yeah, it's okay, but not one I'd put in my box for resale to you guys. I just don't think it's quite there. It might be a dumb terminal since there's no hard drive. There was RAM and there were some memory chips. Yeah, I don't know. There's a name for them. It's a mini something or other. I can't remember what they're called. Thin client. It could be a thin client, small form type of computer. I don't know. It doesn't really have anything on it that gives an indication of what it is. You know what I'll do? Yeah, thin client or small. Is there a difference between thin client and small form? Or do those kind of go in the same rubbish bin? I reckon I could Google Lens it and find out for sure exactly what it does. But anyway, that's what it is. It's like it's kind of like an Apple Mini. It's just basic function to run something else. All right. All my wonderful friends, love you to the moon and back. I've got to make 11:30 mass, which means I have to book off right now. It is 11:12. Thank you again for joining. Thank you for your input. Thank you for the information. Thank you for all the support for the channel. Please, double tap. That's right. I'm sure Mary is not happy I took her PC apart. I had one set come in. It was hilarious. Pluto 1, Saturn 1, Uranus 1, where Uranus lost, depending on your point of view, if you got your butt kicked or not. Be here all week. All right, guys. Be well. Enjoy your Sunday. I hope the weather is as lovely wherever you are as it is here. I will get this box up when it is full of quality material. You'll probably see the eBay post appear on my homepage. Right now, I really don't have enough in there to load the box. So again, these are what were in these modules. I did take a couple of them apart, and this is what we got. Mostly it was gold fingers, gold pins in a plastic board. I don't know, these probably are brass. They could be aluminum or stainless. I am not sure, but I know what this is. Okay, so those are all, each one of these is a module like this. And those are pretty nice for those of you who are doing gold recovery, huh? Those will go in the box. All right, arrivederci. Have a great day, everybody. Be well. God in heaven bless each one of you, and thank you again for spending some time with me of a Sunday morning. I usually go on Sundays sometimes between 9 and 10, except days like today when I overslept. Bye-bye, guys. Love you. So they can't disconnect. So they can't disconnect.